All right, we are back with more Factorio. Here we go. I am Pax, and we are continuing the playthrough of space exploration. And we're up here at our space station enjoying the sushi belt. And we've built a bit more production for these space scaffoldings, as well as the space manufactory. So we're now, though, at a point where the space station is out of resources, and we're going to get ready to launch another rocket, but we want to maybe change up the rocket a bit. And one thing we need is military science, so we also need to fix military science. So then I think the first thing we should do, though, is actually grab some of these assembler 3s and start upgrading the science production. So let's start by just upgrading the more expensive sciences. And then let's activate the military science by just turning this on. And that should bring the train. That will bring some ammo. And we're pretty confident that all the ammo slots are filled up, so this should go pretty quickly. Okay, and now that we have some of these, what we can do is, I figured you can actually finally figure out how to do this from the nav satellite. So we're going to configure the module inserter up here, then press yes, and then there's a button here. We can use this button. Better modules, please. Better modules, please. Okay, so that will help with more production, but, well, as we can see here, no station supplying steel, so we are starving for steel, basically, and the space station also basically needs steel, so yes, just everything wants steel. So the steel is struggling, but it will gradually get here. It does look like the iron is flowing and the trains are working. So as long as that stays true, we'll be getting steel. All right, so now that we have the station on, I want to also just very quickly make more ammo. And we can do this very simply by just making this mirrored copy of it. And then let's just reconfigure the belts a bit. So I guess we can just go around like this. Whoops. Then similarly for copper. We actually probably want to go like this. Oh gosh, killed the first behemoth biter. Oh gosh, that's scary. That is scary. All right, then we need to reconfigure this quite significantly, actually. Let's delete all this, actually. Okay, let that work a little bit. And the other thing we want to do really quickly is maybe build some more of these and just go put onto the train network these electric labs, say, and if we can, we also want logistic spots. But I think something's also wrong with the bot production. And the problem is there's no lube because it's all backed up. So what we're gonna do is actually, we're gonna change this for one. And for two, we're just gonna dump all this petroleum gas. Sorry. And then hopefully that'll give us a little bit of lube at least for a while and makes us more bots, because it's not really happening here, but that's because there's no steel. Let's see if we can upgrade more assembling machines. Not exactly yet. Or we'll just go for the upgrade. And then we'll use the module inserter one more time. Yeah, I got a couple more, I guess. The military science. Okay, that seems good. Do we ever get any ammo delivered? It's coming. Now let's go back and look at the ammo again. Great, okay, some of it got built. Now this is done. So the thing is what we need, so this will be going across, right, and into here. Then this is right, this is right. All right, so we need though, the issue is that we need a splitter. We want the steel on the right side, so it needs to be on the kind of far side. And then, so we'll have it come through like this. Grab one of these undergrounds. And we'll bring it actually onto the other side, and then bring it down. And now we can do this. And this really should be here. And then we can do something similar, coming this way, and I think it should be on the same, this correct side here. And it goes, yeah, so it'll be on the left side this time, but it's supposed to be on the inside. And then we'll just do this, and we'll get rid of this. Okay, I think though that will, yes, basically then behave correctly and give us more ammo. Because we have behemoth biters now, which is scary, and we need to soon produce also a bunch of uranium ammo. So we were working on it, but we ran out of military science, so let's also let's work on some new research. So we can still do things that don't require military science, and the first thing is probably this, industrial. Maybe we want to grab these really quick. Let's try to grab these really quick. Yeah, those could actually be useful. Or at least, wait, let's at least do the one, let's see. Let's do the reusability one. This will save us 4 cargo rockets, at least. If our rocket crashes, I'll just cry. Okay, but it shouldn't crash because getting to orbit is easy. All right, so then let's see. Let's go back to the space station. All right, hopefully some ammo did come, I guess. And is there any military science going? There's not really any going still. I did turn it on, right? Yeah, I did turn it on, and it's another train is coming. I'm sure, yeah, the cars just haven't gotten there yet, so it's okay. Okay, what we want to do is actually configure this a bit differently as well. So we want to build a lot more space scaffolding, so we need more stuff, yes. So especially steel. We need especially LDS. We need heat shielding for space scaffolding as well, so more of this would be great. The lube in the water, yes, we reduced that. It's good to have solar power. Okay, as for concrete. And we also could probably use more of these. So we'll up this to 800. And then we'll get ready to launch the rocket somewhat soon, but yeah, we definitely could, definitely put more stuff on the rocket. But we're kind of bottlenecked by steel, and so we're gonna just have to wait for steel to get produced anyway, and we're gonna have to wait for Well, the military science did get produced. We definitely want the military science to get on there, and there it is. So it is coming now. Military science is starting up, so that's good. But basically, yes, we just have to pray for steel. Yes, yeah, we're out of the big motors as well, so should add some of those. All right, so then what we can do then while we wait a little bit is next expand the solar power, and I'm going to try to maybe just see if we can use this little if this is possible. So let's start here, and we're just going to make it very dense. And basically, if I can add a solar panel without completely having to put the scaffolding under it, I will. So yeah, a little bit more. Whoop, whoop. Oh, let's put a roboport maybe up here. We do have a little bit more space scaffolding, so that's good. We tried to make some, but again, we're out of steel, so that also needs steel. I think we can put another one here. I've gotten really rid of everything, all the ruins. All right, do we have those pylons? Let's grab some pylons. Yes, construction pylon, pylon substation, 10 pylons actually. All right, so we can then turn the jetpack on, fly over here. Let's see, will this reach? Oh, it does reach right here. I'd rather it be more like over here though, so what about this? This doesn't reach. This actually, I think the pylons can actually just float in space, yes. So then let's get a construction pylon. Oh, it has to go here. Yes, they can just float in space. Pylon substation. So let's try to cover this little area. Then I'll just, you know, take this. Just get rid of all this. Just like, you know, no, not like that. Let's see. More solar power. How is our power? Okay, getting up now. Yeah, so we were using 30 megawatts, and especially as soon as we kind of launch the next rocket and everything turns on again, I think we're gonna breach the 30. So now we're up to 53. That's pretty good. The other nice thing is we're getting 833% power output from the solar panels. So they're a lot more powerful up here. Okay, but let's check in on how the base is doing, and let's see how the rocket is looking. It looks a lot more full. That's great. We actually have, yes, about 500 military science, 400 military science on here. We've got only 2,000 steel, so we want to maybe wait a bit more for more steel. And we could wait more for more military science as well, so that we'll still just need to wait a bit more until we launch a rocket. And let's check on the ammo. Okay, good. It's going again. Everything's going. Looking great. Beautiful. More ammo. So we'll soon have to build the uranium ammo as soon as we get the next thing up here. But then the last thing we should do, oh actually wait, we need to get I hope we can get this. Let's get this. I hope we have at least that much science left. Probably do. Yes, we definitely do. Oh, I can also, here, have some repair packs. Right, so what we want to do is also eventually go back home, but we need to do this research real quick, which will help. We need to get some rocket fuel for this. Probably at least that much. And then we also want to start grabbing these cargo rocket sections. So let's grab them. And then we can go, we'll just go over here and set this up a little bit. It doesn't really need to be part of the sushi belt right now, but just going to do it anyway over here. Yeah, so what we want to do is this, packed cargo rocket sections. Then we want to just put these in here, and they basically just stack 5 to 1 just to save space. Then are there more of them? Yes. And let's see, are there any space capsules? I don't see them. Oh, another thing we need to do is say read robot statistics, actually. Yes. This. And that. We need to send that down that the robots are actually in the network, not just in the storage. And this way, oh gosh, don't do that. Hold on, just a sec, bots, please. Give me these. All right, well, we have too much stuff. Have this. Have this. Probably just need more roboports. Just for having them. It's crowded. Bots have no room to live. Oh gosh. Okay, it's a lot of bots. And are there any space capsules? Yes, give me one. Oh, what about these cargo pods? I guess that's interesting. I guess the cargo pods do get a bit recovered from the crash landing, so we'll just stick that in there for now. Oh, we got it, yeah, so we can do this now. Erebus orbit, wow. Okay, interesting, cool. So only 47, Okay, let's grab these. Have these. 49, it went up, okay. And have this. Great, okay, so then this will be kind of, one of the things about the space station is, yes, we will need to recycle things and send things back down. So we're gonna do it manually a bit for now. We could bring back down some scrap, I guess, but I think we're fine just bringing back down the cargo rocket stuff. And we're about to launch another rocket. So the goal will be to launch another rocket and bring back down the kind of stuff we need. So let's do the module inserter again. See if anything will take it. And the question is, are we ready to launch the rocket yet? Not really. 2K steel, 5K. Oh, we got the military science. All the military science is here. I guess 2K steel is pretty good. Is this a steel train coming? It is. Okay, so let's just let this steel train come. And we will launch this rocket back into space and hopefully activate everything once again. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Great timing, train. All right, so orbit, yes. More bots. So we do need to do a bit more to automate the bots actually too, because in fact, in this, there's this robot wind that actually causes them to crash. So you slowly lose them over time. Launch. All right, so let's make sure this is working. So this is blocked. That's good news. Cargo rocket is on the way. Rapidly building another cargo rocket. Great, great stuff. And we should see it coming in now. Let's watch the this thing go off. So it should go very quickly. So there's some steel. More steel. It's all about the steel. Loop barrels. Big motors. Still waiting on the concrete and LDS to unload, so there's some LDS going probably. But yeah, so this is rapidly unloading and stuff's getting added to the sushi belt. Pretty exciting, pretty exciting. Stuff's starting back up again. We see all the belts going. And space scaffolding is going. One other thing I wanted to do, I was gonna change this a little bit. 12. I'm just gonna change the numbers slightly so that they don't all go off all at once, and this will actually cause it to not go quite over too much. Because right now what's happening is the they all go off all at once and drop like 5. So you get 30 all at once, so it goes up to 40. So kind of just gonna maybe change it a bit so that they don't go off all at once with slightly different numbers. Cool. Okay, so the base is now going again. Oh, we should continue doing research. I think doing these is good. Probably water ice processing will be very important. Oh yeah, we wanted to do this. Let's do this real quick. Oh wait, we already launched a rocket though. Oh well. And probably the other thing we want to do is Pyroflux, yes. So I think there's now also a decision to kind of make in the game where which direction we go in terms of do we do utility science or production science, basically. And I think the obvious choice is to go towards actually production science because, yes, our base is starving for, oh, whoops, not this. Our base is starving for iron and steel, and the production science requires this Pyroflux product. So since we want to basically build more iron and steel anyway, it makes sense to go into the Pyroflux direction and have more iron and steel smelting and copper, I guess. So that will be the plan, but before we do that, we have to set up a bit more rocket logistics. But here we're pretty happy with the orbital hub and the space station. The sushi belt is working out really well, and I love just standing on it and wandering around and watching it. You can actually see it a lot better if you stand on it, because I wish the circuit thing, the wires on the belt, was a bit more subtle than this, because it's a little annoying and ugly, I think, but oh well. But then, yeah, we're pretty happy with the space station for now, and I think we're ready to then finally just jump back home, actually, and go back to the ground and start with our next kind of mission, which will be to essentially put the cargo rocket stuff onto the train network and start building more of these sort of like cargo rocket logistics stations for the other planets. And we want to then, build a station to go to another planet. Cool. So then, yeah, we'll launch back down. There you go, Factorio. This we'll call it for today's session. I'm Pax, and I'll see you in the next video.